What is up, Commander players? It is Evan from Magic Minds EDH, and today I'm going to be talking about my top 5 favorite commanders from Jumpstart. So, my number 5 favorite commander from Jumpstart is Nayef of the Dire Hunt. It's 2 green for a legendary creature human warrior. It's a 3/3, and it says whenever one or more creatures you control fights or becomes blocked, draw a card, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, you may pay 2 and a hybrid Gruul, and if you do, double target creature's power until end of turn, and that creature must be blocked this combat if able. So, Nayef is just a really interesting commander that's all about fighting and doubling power, and one card that goes really good is Gargos, because when you do a fight spell on one of your creatures, it will also have Gargos fight, so you get to draw 2 different cards, and it's just will keep an engine rolling, and your opponents won't be able to keep any of their best creatures on the board for long. So, my number 4 favorite commander from Jumpstart is Emil the Blessed. It is 2 white for a legendary creature unicorn, and it's a 4/4, and it has an ability where you can pay 3 and exile another target creature you control, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. And then it also says, whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay a hybrid Zelesnya. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on it. If it's a unicorn, put 2 +1/+1 counters on it instead. So, this is just a really good commander for blinking, and you can blink things multiple times per turn, which is kind of crazy. Like, early in the game, you can just blink something like a Wall of Blossoms for value, but then later in the game, if a single Crater Hoof doesn't win it for you, multiple Crater Hoofs surely will. So, my number 3 favorite commander from Jumpstart is Zerg, Chaos Rider. It's 2 and a red for legendary creature Devil, and it says, whenever an opponent draws their first card each turn, if it's not their turn, you create a 1/1 red Devil creature token with, when this creature dies, it deals 1 damage to any target. And whenever one or more devils you control attacks one or more players, you and those players each draw a card, then discard a card at random. So I think this is just a really interesting Devil Tribal plus just Chaos card, and it's really interesting because imagine you're playing a combo player and you have your Zergoth deck. You get Zergoth out on turn 3, and then on turn 4 you attack them and they randomly discard their combo piece. Like, that would be so fun. And you could also get things like Tybalt, which will get you more devils, and it'll just be fun chaos. So the second favorite commander from the set is Brew Vaak, the Granduincuint. It is 2 and a blue for a legendary creature human advisor, and it says, if an opponent would mill 1 or more cards, they mill twice that many cards instead. So, to mill a card, a player puts the top card of their library into their graveyard. So that's a text change they just did. So this is just really interesting because mill isn't really something you can do in Commander until now, and one card that could be really interesting to build a deck like this around would be Persistent Petitioners, which is the advisor that if you get a bunch of them, you can mill people, and Brew Vaak is also an advisor. So, like, 4 triggers of the Persistent Petitioners will kill someone, which could be really interesting and powerful. But my number 1 favorite commander from Jumpstart is Ineaz the Gale Force. That is the Azorius commander. It's 3 blue for a legendary creature Jin, and it's a 4/4 with flying. And it has 2 and a hybrid Azorius. Attacking creatures with flying get +1/+1 until end of turn. And then it says, whenever 3 or more creatures you control with flying attacks, each player gains control of a non-land permanent of your choice controlled by the player to their right. So this is just all in all a really amazing, fun card. It's flying tribal, which we really haven't seen before, and you can just do things like give away your 1/1 and take someone's Eldrazi. So cards like Skycat Sovereign are really good because it's just flying. Any flyers will just help, and you'll just be able to pump your team and whack people. If someone didn't prepare for flyers, if you're playing Ineaz, they are surely dead. So With that, I think that wraps up the video. Comment what your favorite commander from Jumpstart is, and make sure to like and subscribe. And remember, keep magic on your mind. See ya!